Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. I've been focusing on Paul Malco's stuff a lot recently, and there's no real reason for that other than, he's a very exciting deck creator who puts out a lot of high-quality content. And he just so happens to have a hero who fits the theme that I wanted to go with today. Specifically, this is going to be a showdown in the year 1929. We've got the Ram 1929, Necro 1929, Tango 1 1929, the Knight 1929. We're fighting in Catchwater Harbor 1929, and our star of the show is the Green Death. You might remember him being mentioned in the bio for the Pteranodon. He is his nemesis. He's a vigilante based off the Shadow who, I hesitate to say he's a better expatriate, but he's a better expatriate. Hey, look at this thing over here. This is a freaking stroke of genius. I realized today that I can summon a tablet and load up the page of the hero that I'm going to be talking about instead of just like going to the page and reading it while you guys stare at a blank board. This will be a lot more interesting. There's ads in it. I don't like that, but whatever. Also, it means that I won't be using the precious memory that I have to work with for this whole scenario to, load a page on Chrome. So as bio says, in the late 1920s, a grim specter appeared on the rooftops, in the alleyways, and busting down the doors of the speakeasies of Union City. He was the Green Death, a two-gun, two-fisted vigilante who would cut down the scum and criminal element that festered in his city. Weston Drake was born a rich man and used his money to adventure and explore. While island hopping and treasure hunting among the islands of the South Pacific, he was nearly killed by a group of natives. When their medicine man performed a sacred ritual, he declared the pale stranger's heart clean and gave him the green skull herb that restored Weston Drake to health and sharpened his mind. The drug-induced rage, pain, and strengthened the adventurer. With the stock of it, he returned to his hometown of Union City, where he set about creating the persona of the Green Death. He had custom pistols made, designed a custom car to tear around the city, and in honor of the herb that fueled his quest, found a green veil with haunting, laughing eyes. Wearing a green suit, he took to the underworld of Union City and left a trail of blood and bodies in his wake. But violent lives lead to violent ends. In a tragic mishap, Hugh Drake, Weston's son and would-be gangster, shot down the Green Death only to discover he'd killed his own father. Hugh renounced his partying in illegal ways and took up the mask of the Green Death anew. The mantle of the Green Death has been adopted many times over the years, each time with the green skull herb, twin pistols, a sweet ride, and haunting laughter, taunting their evil victims from somewhere within a cloud of green smoke. The really fun thing about the Green Death, and I haven't actually been able to do this yet, maybe it'll happen in this game, is that he's got a mechanic where he can die and then switch to a different variant of himself. And that is really neat. So, that's our whole setup. Let's see what the Ram has to say. He and Admiral Winters enter play at the start of the game. We put all copies of Close Up into the trash and put 2 copies of Remote Mortar into play. If the Ram is destroyed, he's removed from the game. Whenever a villain one-shot would enter play, it goes beneath him. Play at the start of the villain turn. If there are 3 or more cards beneath him, he flips. I don't know where I'm going to put those cards. Oh, and it's worth noting he is Necro and Tango 1's nemesis, along with Stranger and Back Rep. That doesn't matter. Admiral Winters is the Knight's nemesis. Says the heroes cannot win the game. If he would be destroyed, he flips instead. At the start of a hero's turn, if they're not close up, you may take a copy of Close Up from the villain trash and play it next to them. So the up close mechanic works the same as with the regular Ram. Admiral Winters is immune to damage from targets that are not up close. First time he would be dealt damage each turn, redirect that damage to the Ram. At the end of the villain turn, he deals H projectile damage to each hero that is not up close, then plays the top X cards of the villain deck, where X is the number of copies of up close in play -1. So we can have 1 up-close hero safely. Any more will make things difficult. The remote mortars are immune to damage from heroes that are up close. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals each up-close hero H-1 energy damage, and those heroes must each discard a card. So this is a really tricky setup. We kind of really need to take out Admiral Winters first, but doing so puts us in a lot of peril. So the Ram starts us off with a Power Node. This card is immune to damage from heroes that are not up close. At the end of the villain turn, play the top card of the villain deck. At the end of the villain turn, all devices and nodes regain 1 hit point. It is not a device. Alright, so he does nothing at the end of the villain turn. Admiral Winters hits everybody for 4 and plays -1 cards. The remote mortars have nothing to hit. Play the top card of the villain deck. 1 shot. Alright, so that goes beneath the Ram. Alright, Necro is not going to go up close. He will play a zombie. His power is Turn Undead. At the start of your next turn, replace the word hero on your cards with villain and vice versa. This power is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it means you can just play undead and they won't go after your teammates. On the other hand, it means you really have to think about playing rituals, because, corpse explosion, when an undead is destroyed, deal each hero target 3 fire damage or whatever it does. That also means that the undead are very fragile, because it's the number of rituals in play +2. So, real trade-offs there, but I can probably just play him straightforward at this point. Turn undead, draw a card, and the zombie hits the villain target with the highest for 2. Infiltrate. Reveal the top 2 cards of any any deck, replace them in any order. Rocket pod and a force field node. It doesn't matter. Draw a card and play a card. Focus. Increase the next damage dealt by Tango 1 by 3. I can play a card. Psionic Suppression to stop Admiral Winters from dealing damage for a round. Her powers lead the target. Select the target. Start of your next turn, Tango 1 deals that target 3 projectile damage. I'm going to lead the target on Admiral Winters because she'll be able to go up close before that goes off. Draw a card. Okay, the Knight. Yeah, catch your breath sounds like a good idea. Draw a card and he heals 2. His power is Vigilar. Play an equipment target next to a hero. Treat the Knight's name on that equipment as the name of the hero it is next to. Feel like playing this plate helm on the Green Death is a good idea. And he draws a card from playing that and draws a card. Alright, Green Death is starting off with his custom Steric 45. Equipment, Firearm. Only one ammo card may be played next to this card at a time. See what I mean when he's basically Expatriate? Power is the Green Death deals a target 1 projectile damage. You may use a power now. So, what things can I hit? I can hurt the Ram, can't hurt Admiral Winters. I think he's going to start taking out the mortars, since he's the person dealing damage right now. Hit a mortar for 1 projectile damage, and then we'll use his base power, Vigilante Justice. Green Death deals a target 1 toxic damage, then if that target has 2 or fewer HP, destroy it. So, just another damage, but we're getting there. Okay, Catchwater Harbor. Ominous Loop. The first time a one-shot enters the trash each turn, move it beneath this card. Cards beneath this one are not considered in play. At the start of the environment turn, destroy this card, put all cards beneath it into play in the order they were placed there. Everybody play a one-shot. No start of turn effects. So we get that Rocket Pod. Immune to damage from heroes that are not up close. At the end of the villain turn, card deals each hero that is not up close 2 cold damage. Okay, end of the villain turn. Deals 4 projectile damage to each hero that's not up close, except he can't, fool! He has no cards to play. That has no heroes to hit. That's top card of the villain deck. It's that other node we didn't want. Force field node. This card is immune to damage from heroes that are not up close. Reduce damage dealt to the Ram by 2. Whenever a copy of Up Close enters play next to a hero, this card deals that hero 2 energy damage. Oh, that's gonna suck. Well, all devices and nodes regain a hit point. Oh, damn. It took me a lot of work to get that 2 damage in there, and everybody takes 2 cold damage. It just says each hero, so that's going to go to the plate helm over here, not the zombie heroes. Alright, Necro is staying back. Play Book of the Dead just because it's a one-shot and I'll get to play it again. We'll search for a ritual. I kind of don't care which ritual it is. Actually, yes, I want Dark Pact. That's the only ritual that does not have hero/villain on it. Whenever an undead target is destroyed, draw a card. Search my deck, shuffle it, draw a card. And then that goes underneath this. I'll use his power, I'll draw a card, I have all the zombies. Zombie goes after the Ram and can't actually damage him, shit. Tango 1 goes up close, which means the force field node hits her for 2. And then she hits Admiral Winters, who can deal damage again, for 6 damage. That's the first time that he would be dealt damage in a turn. It gets redirected to the Ram as 7 damage, reduced to 5. That was really complicated and confusing. It worked, because now she can actually hit him. Damn good ground. Tango 1 regains 2 hit points and may deal up to 3 targets 1 projectile damage each. So she'll hit Winters, need to get rid of the power node and the force field node. And then I think she'll lead the target on Winters again and draw a card. Short sword. Now I want him to go up close, but he needs to be able to hit things twice. Okay, so he's not going up close just yet. He will hit the remote mortar for 3. Oh hey, that custom Steric is not limited. So that's cool. Alright, so it'll be custom Steric, base power, so that's a total of 3 damage to this thingy. Not enough to kill it. Alright, that was a one shot. Alright. Start of the environment turn, destroy this card, put all cards beneath it into play in the order they were placed there. So we flip the stack, and hey, Book of the Dead. And then Damn Good Ground. She heals 2, she will hit the 2 nodes, and she can't actually hurt the Ram. She'll hit the other node. Okay, that was fun. Radio Plaza. Play with the top card of each deck face up. Damage dealt to hero targets is irreducible. Start of the environment turn, destroy this card. That sucks. Okay, actually I take it back. That's really good for... Oh man, critical hit. Really good for Tango 1. Okay, we play a card. It's personal defense spines, but that's a one-shot. It was there. Then Admiral Winters hits everybody for 4. The plate helm will take it for him. Kills the zombie. Means he draws a card. Alright, then he plays 0 cards. That deals each up-close hero 3 energy damage. Oh man, she's going to take 6 damage and discard 2 cards. The top card of the villain deck. Oh, when this enters play, the Ram deals each up-close hero target 3 melee damage. Shit, she takes 4. Now that is an ongoing. Destroy all copies of up close. Ram is immune to damage from heroes that are not up close. Each device and node heals 1. Everybody who's not up close takes 2 damage. Okay, playing a zombie is not actually going to do anything for me. I'm going to play Talisman on the Green Death. Yeah, and then I'm going to play a zombie. Got 3 HP. Draw that, and then the zombie tries to hit the Green Death, and it can't. And she hits Winters for 3, which goes to the Ram, except that she's going up close, so she hits the Ram for 2. Healing armor. Whenever Tangle 1 will be dealt damage, you may discard the top card of your deck. If it's a critical card, prevent that damage. And then keep leading on Admiral Winters. Draw a card. Whetstone. 4 damage to this thing. Terror of the Underworld. Increase damage dealt by the Green Death to villain targets by 1. So, first gun, I will take out this mortar. Second gun, I will hit the second mortar. And then use his base power and hit it for 2 more. So now he's doing 2 instead of 1. That's much better. Draw a card. And then this thing goes away, and we flip all these cards back over. That one's a critical, so it's worth discarding. Harkin, Parrish Jr. This card must play the hero with the highest HP must discard a card. Each other player must discard a card that shares a keyword with that card. Okay, so she's got ongoing limited, so we don't want to discard either of those. We'll go with equipment single hand. Okay, that's not bad. Green Death had to discard a card, could be worse. In the environment turn, this card deals the hero target with the highest HP or melee damage. That will be the knight. Well, there goes another one. Personal defense spine. So we all need to be not up close when he flips, or he is going to really kill the hell out of us. Okay, 4 damage to each hero that is not up close. Play no cards. It deals each up close hero 3 energy damage. Oh wait, no it doesn't. Oh, except she has to discard a card. Fuck. Oh, I hate this. I don't think I'm going to win. Play the top card of the villain deck. Oh, that's bad. All devices nodes here that is not up close to cold damage. Okay, oh boy, I have no idea what to do. A demonic imp. And then I will turn undead and draw a card. So that hits the non-undead villain target with the highest HP for 2 toxic damage, can't do any damage. This destroys a villain, equipment, or ongoing card, so we will get rid of fallback. That's pretty cool. Start of her turn, she's up close, well it doesn't matter anymore, so the 3 damage gets redirected to the Ram and it takes 2. She's going to use her power to destroy up close and draw a card. Take out some of these thingies. Short sword, use one of them to deal something 5 melee damage. Draw a card. Ooh, high-speed chase. Search your deck of trash for the card the Emerald Deathmobile and put it into play. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck, destroy an environment card. That'll be useful. Emerald Deathmobile. What a cool name, right? It is a vehicle and a firearm. Reduce damage dealt to the Green Death by non-hero targets by 1. Power is this card deals each non-hero target 1 projectile damage. Once the card is destroyed, it deals 1 target 2 melee and 2 fire damage. You can crash it into something. And we will destroy this asshat, because he's doing a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, you know, this is going to be fine. Alright, so power number 1, Steric for 2 damage on this. Power number 2, Steric for 2 damage and destroy it. We can go up close again. Power number 3, I'll use the Emerald Deathmobile because it says this card deals each non-hero target 1 projectile damage. And all of these say this card is immune to damage from heroes that are not up close. Other stuff can hit, so everything but Admiral Winters takes 1. Draw a card. Catchwater Harbor. Left behind. Oh dear. This next to the hero with the second lowest HP. That is the knight. That's probably bad. If the last villain character target is reduced to 0 HP by a target other than that hero, or if that hero is incapacitated, likely to happen, they're stuck in the past and the heroes lose. Game over. Yeah, this is probably going to be game over right here. That being said, start of the villain turn, there are 3 or more cards beneath the Ram, so it flips. Broadside Barrage. When the Ram flips to the side, it regains H plus 2 HP. Oh, exactly what we needed. And put all cards beneath this into play in any order. Start of the villain turn, if the Ram did not flip this turn, it flips back. Increase projectile damage dealt by villain targets by 1. Well, that's not good. We're all dead. Well, let's see what this broadside does. Because we have Barrier Buster, we have 2 personal defense spines, and we have another Barrier Buster. Yeah. Okay, so personal defense spines, Ram deals each up-close hero target H plus 2 melee damage, destroy all ongoing equipment cards belonging to those heroes. He deals each other target 2 projectile damage, so that's going to be 3 projectile damage. Let's see, that's 4 to Tango 1, she dies. He takes out both of the undead, so Necro can draw 2 cards. It's Necro for 4. It's the Green Death for 1. It's the Emerald Deathmobile for 3. Oh yeah, for 2 and 3. And then he hits the Knight for 2, 3. And then we do it all again. So Necro dies. The Deathmobile is taken out, so deals a target 2 melee and 2 fire damage. Frick. I mean, I can hit Admiral Winters for 2, or I can hit the node for 4. That's gone. Yeah, he takes 2. And then the Knight is incapacitated, and we lose. Which, I mean, if that environment card hadn't been there, let's see. Destroy all environment cards. The Ram deals each non-villain target X melee damage, where X is 3 plus the number of cards destroyed this way. Yeah, he would have killed the Green Death anyways. So that was unfortunate, and I got past the mantle. I was just in time to not be able to do it. You may use a power, then remove the Green Death's character card from the game and replace it with an available variant Green Death character card. You shuffle your trash into your deck. If at least 7 cards are removed from the trash this way, the Green Death regains 5 HP and you may play a card. That's really cool. So that didn't work out too well. I think this was a bad team for facing these, because you need to be able to hit hard, fast, and often to get through Admiral Winter's defensive thingies. Let's take a look at the rest of the Green Death's deck. Poisoned bullets, equipment, ammo. Play this card next to a firearm. Change the damage type of that card's power to toxic. After that card's power is used to damage a target, that target deals itself 3 toxic damage. After that power is used, destroy this card. This is what you want to put on the Emerald Deathmobile, because then you do basically 4 damage to everything. Green Smoke Cloud, ongoing. When the Green Death is dealt damage, you may destroy this card to redirect that damage to the non-hero target with the lowest HP. Very cool take on Synaptic Interruption. Poison Gas Pellets. Green Death either deals up to 3 targets 2 toxic damage each, or deals 1 target 4 toxic damage. Return to the lair, draw 2 cards. You may discard any number of cards. Green Death regains HP equal to 1 plus the number of cards discarded this way. Blaze of Glory, the Green Death deals himself up to 5 toxic damage. Then he either deals X targets 2 fire damage each, or 1 target X fire damage, where X is the amount of damage the Green Death has taken this turn. Green Skull Herb, there it is. At the end of your turn, you may draw a card and play a card. At the start of your turn, the Green Death may deal himself 3 toxic damage, which is cool because that will stack with Blaze of Glory. If he takes no damage this way, destroy this card. Obsessive Preparation, Power, draw 3 cards. You may discard up to 3 cards. Green Death deals himself X toxic damage, where X is 2 minus the number of cards discarded this way. You can just draw 3 and keep them, or you can draw 3 and discard 2. Haunting Laugh, the Green Death deals each villain target 1 psychic damage. Ignore any end-of-turn effects on any non-character cards that took damage this way until the start of your next turn. That's really neat. Emerald Tip Bullets, ammo. Increase damage dealt by that card's power by 1. After that card's power is used to damage a target, damage dealt to that target is irreducible until the start of your next turn. Wading into the fight, the first time the Green Death is dealt damage, each turn the Green Death deals the source of that damage 2 melee damage. Beginning of your turn, select the target. That target deals the Green Death 2 melee damage. That's kind of neat. Ammo Belt. Start of your turn, you may put an ammo card from your hand into play. Power. Move an ammo card from your trash to your hand. Reload and keep going. That's a great name. Great name for a card. You may search your deck for an equipment card and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck. You may play a card. The Green Death regains 2 HP. And he's only got the 3 firearms. He's got the 2 guns and the car. And that's it. And he's got some ammo to go with them. And that's like not even his primary mechanic, but it's really cool, especially when you're doing 6 damage with your power. But that's it. That's the Green Death. I think he's a really cool hero. I have had a lot of fun playing him. This was just not a good setup to show him off, unfortunately. As always, Tabletop Simulator, the Reavers, Sentinels, and Cauldron DLC, and the Delphaphages Archives are not licensed Creative Games products. Please support the official release and flip.